Christ. Once again, let us thank God Almighty for giving us the chance to be in His presence once again as His believers, as children of the Most High. And let us learn something else that will help us, that we should treasure in our daily lives. The word of wisdom for today is waiting or patience. The Bible is very clear, through the many characters throughout, that you will all go through seasons in life. And one of those seasons that God talks about many times, again and again, is the season of waiting. It's the season of patience. While you're waiting, God is working in the background. We know that 100%. Don't think that the season of waiting means that God has stopped working. That's never the case. He's just taking you through certain circumstances. He's taking you through a certain season because He's using the time to work in your circumstances for your good. You're going to spend a lot of life waiting. That's just how it's going to be. And if you don't figure out how to trust God during this period of waiting, then you're going to spend a lot of time during your life, a lot of time wasting your life, not trusting Him. God is never in a hurry. God is eternal. He's been here past, present, and future. He's always watching. He is always working. And He's always seeing how each and every one of us are doing when we are waiting. You are questioning yourself, when is this going to happen for me? And God is saying, are you going to trust me through this process? Or are you going to stand by me in faith? The problem with waiting for all of us is that our human nature and that our society provokes us to not wait, but to get things done quickly as possible. The very secular ideology that is going on in today's society is that people give you importance. They teach that you are the center of the universe, that everything in the world revolves around you, which means that you should always satisfy your own desires. You should always not look for the needs of others, and everything in life should be just about you. And that philosophy is based on the fact that no one else is higher in authority except yourself. And it's your responsibility to enjoy life as much as you can. But nothing is farther from the truth. That is the way that our culture is wired. But it goes against everything God teaches, and it goes against God's blessing for our lives. Because God's blessing comes through times of waiting. It comes through times of patience. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11 says, God has set a right time for everything. Now you need to ask yourself, are you in a time of waiting? Maybe it's for school. Maybe it's for the right person in your life. Maybe it's for a marriage to open, or a job to open, or a new opportunity that you're looking forward to. And you may be frustrated of how slow things are going right now. All of us have done this. We've all been impatient. We've all grumbled in the presence of God. But here's the promise in the Bible that tells you that not only is God working, but He also tells you how He's working. And you need to claim this promise, each and every one of us, in your time of waiting, in your time of patience. In Isaiah chapter 60, verse 22, it says, I am the Lord, and when it is time, I will make these things happen quickly. This is how God systematically sent Jesus Christ into the world. The world waited thousands of years for this Messiah. The prophets foretold, Isaiah especially, he was known for all the prophecies that he told about the Messiah, the coming king. But Jesus came at the right moment, at that right moment in history, and that was one of the factors why the gospel is this prevalent today. There are many historical factors, but we won't get into that. But God always has a plan and a purpose and a reason for everything. We have been waiting as His people for 2,000 years for Jesus to come again, His second coming. But when will that happen? At God's right time, at the time that God has instigated before the foundations of the world. And that is when He's going to return and come in the Spirit of glory. You can apply this to your time of waiting. And remember that a delay is not the same as denial. Many times we think that just because God is not answering our request in our set time means He's saying no. But really, when you think God is saying no, He may just be saying not yet. will you keep trusting me? Will you keep waiting? Because maybe what you think is not really the best for you, but I always know what's going to give you blessings in the future. Micah chapter 7 verse 7 says, I trust the Lord to save me, and I will wait for him to answer my prayer. So for this week and for the rest of our lives, know that this life, this Christian life, it's never easy. And one of the biggest problems, one of the hardest things to do is wait on the calling that God has for you. Each and every one of you are special in his eyes. Each and every one of you have gifts and talents that he wants to utilize for not only his purpose, for you to help yourself and the community as well. But you will never be able to understand your true potential unless you wait at the feet of your master. Wait at the one who loves you more than anything that you can imagine. So let us have this faith, and with that faith, God will bless each and every one of you. And with that, may God bless this word.